Hi, and welcome to our video on the Wysiwyg editor. In this video, we will talk about the Wysiwyg and how you can use it to add content to your app. The Wysiwygs are throughout different plugins in the app. I'm going to use a text plugin to work with this Wysiwyg and show you some tips and some tricks on how to add content to your app. Wysiwyg stands for what you see is what you get. And basically what you put into the Wysiwyg area of the control panel will update in the app. So if we just say we will see as we type, it updates over here in the widget section. We can change this text to be bold and we see it update, or italicized. We can also say we want this to be a heading. We can change it to be a heading and then put a paragraph under it. Again, we see it updating here. And maybe I don't want everything left aligned, so let's justify this, or align it center. See, we can make all these kind of changes, and as we see it edited or changed here in the editor, we can see it update here as well. Another thing that the Wysiwyg will allow you to do is to link to say a website or something like that. We would do this by using the link button here, and when you do, it's going to ask you for a URL. I'm going to just pull up a website, and we can go ahead and paste that URL in the field, and we now see that our text updates here to show that it's linked, and here based on the color scheme it's going to change color and as well as be clickable now. We can also place images in a Wysiwyg. You can get the images from something like Google Images. You could have an image hosted on your website. We don't host images on our system, so you will need a way to host them and then link to that. One thing I recommend is try using a service like Dropbox, which is free, to host some of the images and content that you want to place in the Wysiwygs. I have an image on Dropbox here, and I have it set to share, and have it set to wherever I have the link. It will be shared with that person. So I'm going to put this in here. Now there are two changes that do need to be made to a URL with Dropbox. You need to remove everything after that question mark at the end, so it just ends with .jpeg or PNG, etc. And then we also need to remove the www at the front and replace that with a DL. We can either set our own dimensions, or we can set it to constrain properties. It autofills with the dimensions of my image, or again, we can set it to constrain properties, and that is going to adjust based off of the size of our device. We do recommend that way, depending on the device screen that is viewing this plugin, the image should adjust to it. I can also easily resize. Now, since we had already set it to constrain properties, it's not going to really change here because it's always going to be bigger. But say I made it really small, it should adjust to be really small. Another thing we could do is we could put in a video after this. And I'm going to, we can either get a video from Vimeo, YouTube. We could do another video hosted on Dropbox with the same URL modifications. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this puppies video on YouTube here in a second. There we go. And I'm going to choose to share, and I could either use this URL or I could also use an embed link. I'll go ahead and copy the embed link this time. So if I were to use just the URL, I would put that here. Since I have an embed link though, I'm going to go ahead and put the entire embed link there in the embed tab. Go ahead and hit OK. And we will see similarly, the video is going to pop up here, and it's a little large. So let me make that a bit smaller. There we go. Still maybe a little bit larger. So again, you can see that I'm dragging and dragging to resize it to the size that I want it to be. Please check out the other videos on the different areas of our app, and I hope you enjoyed this video on our Wysiwyg. Thank you.